And we're back, Spartans finest. You see, we are still holding our peak position at 127 with the highest amount of force points held. They're just under 16,000. We had on Saturday night just kind of an unfortunate event. We all thought somebody else was going to start our ops time or start our operation on time, and it didn't get started for close to an hour. As a result, we are just behind on the 5% point loss, and as a result, you see, if you look at our current force points held, we're actually going to minus 5% of that before we get our points for winning. It's going to take us about 8 more days to correct that, and we're on top of it. We also had a curtain call op, which was just monstrously tough. For better or for worse, I'm going to choose not to show that here. I'm going to do these two choke point wins, or excuse me, this win at 990, and then this 879 where blue water got us again. But we seem to be getting back, getting our feet underneath us again. So let's have a peek at this one here. Starting off with fingers on dredge. We'll go quad speed because, oh, wait a minute, does he? Okay. A lot of times we'll take, let's go single speed. A lot of us will prefer, I know I do, just sneaking around the back here. And I got to be honest, many of these attacks I haven't seen, excuse me, because just been dealing with a couple of medical type things here the last day. Did get some pretty good news in terms of, oh, so he is going to the same spot. He's just sneaking around the back way there, which is certainly one way you can do it. Part of the reason I will go this long way around is all this GBE up here, these power cells, I just farm it. But that's definitely the spot where you want to be. So you see, he only needs the 2 shocks. Throws the third one there just because why not? You know, if you have the GBE for it, you go ahead and do it. But they're nicely done by fingers. That's a great illustration that you can get to this same point next to that boom cannon without necessarily going through these power cells the long way around. So great teaching vid there, teaching attack there by fingers. All right, SD going in on rogue. I think this is going to be, yeah, a total left side clearing, starting with some critters to get those mines going. We're going to go double speed just to start here. Actually, let's go quad, since we're going to get 2 attacks in here, or 2 operations. Okay, so brings the hookah in, smokes it right there next to all that. Couple of shocks, keeping that laser and those rockets. And now the single shots are concerning but less problematic. A lot of GBE. See, he's clearing. Yeah, he's clearing that. We're trying to get that RL up there. He's got just enough left. Yeah, so basically the entire right side is clear there. Nicely done there by SD. All right, big biodome, new member to the team, welcome addition. Has since changed to a different account, but same player. Friend of Azim's, if I'm not mistaken, going in on Conifold. Ooh, was that a gap there? Lost his hero. Let's go back to single. Couple girls peaked. That can be a little bit deadly. Ooh, fractionally late on the rockets, and as a result, yeah, suboptimal damage done there, guys. That's not a criticism of Big Dome 91, but you know, the precision on your smoking, you know, a mini gap, one single Zuka that peaks, those rockets are going to fire, and the collateral damage is going to take out, you know, dozens sometimes. So we all have little snafus from time to time, but we'll go double speed for Spartacus attack here. But yeah, especially with all Zukas, I mean, you just gotta have it. Yeah, see how there's just a little wee bit of smoke overlap here. Now I haven't actually seen this attack. Hookah is a different troop choice. Let's see how he got this done. Okay, because of the laser that's up here, he's worried about that laser. And then, yeah, that was a tough one. How would that have been hit? Could that have been hit any other way? I don't think so, because you'd have to get these guys up here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 shocks anyway. You slice it. Maybe AZ at 9 o'clock, but tough. Unusual layout for Machina. Usually, I can't think of the last time I saw a laser beam that close to the core. Okay, and we'll go quad on the Achilles account here. Using GBE to clear this up, setting up the All-Zuka kill, which I think I actually did, if I remember correctly. Just going to farm all this GBE, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, farming the GBE, using it on the defenses that are up here at 12 noon of the core, I believe. Two shocks and clear, just clearing away. Nicely done. Now, because of the big shield doesn't get it, I remember this one now. I did need to come in there and finish it off. Okay. So at this point, we were 5 bases remaining and 5 attackers. But as you see, we did close it out for the win. Azim. Okay, I just took care of it with GBE because Spartacus, I believe it was, wasn't it? Yes. Took care of that. I come in with my girls, and since the work was literally already done, at this point now, I'm literally just clearing, or I use a little bit of GBE just to make my walking path just ever so slightly more efficient. And then, yeah, this is just literally a matter of blasting that shield down. So Rogue in 3, don't know that it cannot be soloed, I don't care. No one from Angry Turtles, no one's soloing this. And even to do it in 2, I think is a rare, almost impossible feat. So to get it in 3 is exceptionally well done by the team. Here is Bix, the precision walking master. And guys, a lot of precision walking is just knowing where your flare points are. So there he is, just outside of the SL, and then up through there. And you see even a precision master like Zwix is, he had a couple of girls peek, couple of girls walk out. Now watch the timing of the shocks here, because 4 are going to come real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't have the GBEs for this rocket, so a few of the girls are going to taste some pain. But because he knew the core was, I believe it was just around the mill, that he, well, if you don't have the GBE, you don't have the GBE. But he was wise to pick the ones that were farthest away. And that one didn't get the shock because of the delay. Ooh, apologies on that sneeze. Yeah, if you know you're not going to have the GBE for the shocks, shock the things that are closest to you. Because, the rockets have, a couple seconds to delay. The rocket fire itself is going to take a couple seconds to get to your troops. And so you're just buying yourself some time. So normally, if anything is close by you, machine guns or flamethrowers, that is literally instant vaporization. Shock launchers will vaporize girls, but there's a little bit of a flight time there. Rockets and mortars, again, more of a flight time. A hot pot obviously would be instant death. So you just kind of have to know. Hopefully you have the GBE, but if you have to improvise on the fly, by the way, nice attack there by T and Bob. And then Juicers comes in, does some nice work on ballast. Yeah, some days, guys, I say, this guy's one of our best, that guy's one of our best. Everybody on this team is good and is capable of producing some good solos. And some of my own task force members have gotten on me because they've seen some of these vids, and I'm not overly complimentary of myself, but that's honestly just because I know where I'm at in the pecking order. And I'm not saying I'm a terrible player. I wouldn't be sitting just under 1200 VP and with the ability to sometimes solo bases if I was terrible. But it's kind of like, let's say you're on an NFL team. You got some guys that make the Pro Bowl and some guys get bigger contracts. And if you're on the team, that's saying something. And I'm very proud to be on this team. But I know, like I say, I know my place. And, like I say, I am not the chief assassin. And that's okay, though, because we need 10, we need my attack. And just an honor to be with these guys as we climb the leaderboard. Okay, here is yesterday's. We're just going to keep this moving. This will be slightly long, but we're getting 2 ops in. Okay, here's Dioxin. Now T and Bob does something very, very nice here. And so I'll go double speed, but no more. Clearing the mines at the eventual kill zone for when the girls spread and attack the core. But as you'll notice, a lot of these mines right here in the intermediate walking path, he did not clear. And what's the reason for that? Well, he knows that Sergeant Brick is going to be leading the pathway. So she and her maxed out, I believe she's at about 5,000, 3,000, something like that on the health. So she can actually absorb a bit of mine damage, and that then in turn will save GBE. It's 1 less barrage or 2 less mines that you have to throw. And you see he had enough for that shock there. Now it's going to be pretty quick vaporization on the rest of this. But, this was a 1.5 million core. And when you're also the clearing agent, trying to solo Dioxin, Bob took 1 million here. So he absolutely did his job and then some. And a great illustration attack that it is not necessary to clear every single mine, that you can let Sergeant Brick specifically, if you bring in Dr. Kevin or what's this gal's name, Everspark, they will tend to go behind your troops. So, but Brick leads the way, and anytime you need something. Now, in something like this would not be a good opportunity for Brick to lead the way because of the sheer quantity of boom mines, if I could learn to speak English. That's just a little bit too much for her to handle. But the regular mines, the green ones, yeah, by all means, let your hero do some of the work. Okay, now this is SD with a clearing attack. Yeah, you can see there, one boom mine and Everspark was out of commission there. Okay, so SD's moving in. Primary goal are rockets and this little quad pack of the machine gun at all. He's going to flare up for some GBE. Like I say, this has almost the potential to be soloed, but if you go up and spend time cell mining, then that's not going to be the case. So the range on the rocket there, coupled with the range of that mortar, I don't know if you saw, but the rocket launcher there went nearly to this flamethrower, as does this. So SD knew this couldn't have been a solo. There was too much that blanketed the core, but he did incredible work by farming that GBE, getting, we'll go double speed to start, getting that rocket out of there, because I think it's me that comes in, and like I say, it just has a very easy kill because of all the prep work. And again, in the 10-man here, it's, you know, solo it if you can, but if you can't, we certainly don't want to spend third attack. So if you don't get the solo, you know, try to get your buddy in position so that he can finish the takedown on the next attack. All right, here comes SD. 4, maybe even 5 shocks. 3, 4, 5. Yep. Now, marginally late getting that shock launching. You saw what it did. A quarter second late is enough to let it go. Now he took, he took more than half, but and probably would have finished it if he's half as. But that's the tricky thing, you know. He started his shocks down here, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and no matter how quick your fingers are, that was really a case of just, you know, you got to be even quicker if that's possible. Or, you know, start them early. If you know it takes you 1 second to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, then judge the hourglass or the timer indicator, and throw them early. Because, like I said, in a case like this, and I'm not picking on the attacker here, but in a case like this, it would have been better to get, let's even say, 8 seconds of all of those defenses shocked. Because if this shock launcher doesn't vaporize half the girls, this is probably a solo. And so for you guys learning AZ, yeah, you really just have to know that. You know, it's as quick as possible. You know, if you're on a tablet, it's easier than on a phone, obviously with the screen size. But position yourself, whether it's in a case or on your lap or whatever. You know, see how far. I mean, okay, I'll give you a quick demo here. How quickly I could drop 5 shocks. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. So I'm using two thumbs, and then a finger. And yeah, it takes a second. And if you go too quick, sometimes you lose precision. But in a case like that, yeah, 1 and 2 at the same time, 3 and 4 at the same time, and then 5. Now that wasn't quick, but you kind of get the idea there. And again, guys, if it ever seems like I'm criticizing, please don't misinterpret my words as critique or as unfounded criticism. You know, these are my teammates, and we're always just trying to strive to learn better from ourselves and each other. So I don't think anybody thinks I'm coming off as high and mighty, because that is the last thing that I would intend. But you know, anytime we do have room to improve, it's in our best interest to study, to learn why something didn't go as well as maybe it could have, and make the best of it for the next time. You see, I keep wanting to call him Jersey because I've known him by that handle for over 2 years, but oh, great chance. Golly, somebody just needed to spit on that. This was a tough base to solo. So coming in here with Hookah to protect his girls from the front, and then shocking everything back here. Boy, that was a great attempt there by Sparty. Really, 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 really nice. We'll go quad on this one, and Achilles is just going to bring in the hookah for the finish here. One. See, the shocks were there early. The shocks were there early, and look at how many girls were still left. And yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, to a fault, it's better to be a little bit early. Now, I know what some people say. It's like, well, it's going to take 10 seconds of all my Zukas to take a certain core down. Okay, that's true. But if you get, 8.5 seconds, maybe there's a delay on the rockets, maybe there's a delay on the mortar or the shock launcher, and those girls can get one more salvo away with a higher troop count, because like I said, I've said many times, all it takes is being quarter of a second late and that shock launcher or rockets fire, and boom, you lose a third or half of your girls, and then you're not going to be able to do a lot of damage for 10 seconds. I'd rather have almost all my troops for 8 seconds than half of them for 10. I mean, do the math on that. You'll see that it's accurate. Battery getting low. Okay, let's finish this off quick here. Then I got that was Azim just doing a GBE attack. I come in here just taking care of SD's light work, since he did such a great setup for me. And again, I'm being somewhat aware of the time it's going to take me to blast this core down. So I try not to dilly-dally too much, not wasting too much time. I'm looking for about an 11 o'clock core position. That shock blaster gets a few of the girls. I guess I was worried that one had range, but in hindsight we see it didn't. So nothing fancy there by me, just a real easy one there. And then Bix, aka Mr. Precision Walk, aka Mr. Dioxin, showing us there's the path right there by the boom cannon to the typical spot, weave in, and then let's see how he is on his shocks. That's the thing too, if you're not soloing the base, like I say, this is even when I'd be, you never want to be drastically early, but you do want to be precise with your shock timing. And as you see there, he did pretty well. Like I say, if it was me, I would have gone just fractionally sooner. Not that I am in Bix's league by any means, but fractionally sooner, just for the point of view. It's like, okay, Bob was looking at a 1.5 million core. Bix was looking at 500K, so, to get all the girls, and they only need 5 seconds to drop that core. And then, once again, guys, if you've been following these videos now the past couple of weeks, you will know that Blue Water is not a base we have ever soloed. And we do kind of need it to be a solo. A lot of the times we get it. Now, we've beaten Choke Point in 6 attacks and 7 attacks. And never had Blue Water on any of those attacks. It always seems we get it when we're using all 9 of our attacks on other bases. And you see here, I mean, did